OMG, you guys. Before we get into the episode, there are just a few things I just want to clarify with you. Don't click away. Hold on. Stay right here. Most of the people who watch me are not subscribed. Look at the little analytical here. Do you see that? Sad to me, because the people who are not subscribed can't get notifications when I post. And you know what I think? You shouldn't be on social media that much. So click that little subscribe button for me and click that bell icon so you get a little notification when I post. Okay? Please, for me. Also, if you like what I say, you love what I say, and you want me to continue, please consider buying me a tea. I have in the description a little place. It's Buy Me a Coffee. It's like early 2000s thing. If you love what I say, anything you could give, even a view would be appreciated. But if you could give me just a little tea, I can justify continuing this. Thank you, and enjoy the episode. Oh, I didn't see you there. But I actually did, because I put you there. What's poppin', homies, and welcome to Stav's True Plan, the podcast where immediately before recording, my watch thought I was working out, which is why it's half true. We work out our brain and our body. They work in unison, they work together, they're friends. And that's how the world should be. A little unison of joinings. My apologies for having another hiatus. I'm having hiatus after hiatus after hiatus. But I have an excuse, okay? My car is broken, okay? My car is broken. School's starting soon. Oh, wait, school's starting soon. Have you guys gotten your new backpacks? New utensils? Are you perhaps saved enough money to get a new computer for the season? I know I haven't. I'm broke. No, I'm not. Anyway, the topic of this episode is going to be, it's not necessarily going to be, let's just say it's going to be a little topic about school. And I'm going to be focusing towards college students, because I'm a college student right now, so I can relate to you guys a lot. Okay, let's get to the bottom of this. We are coming off of being in summer, right? And a lot of you maybe have had a lot of downtime on your hands and not knowing what to do with it. So I know you people, I know you scroll and scroll. I sound like a broken record here, but hear me out, because this is going to hurt, okay? When the leaves start falling down and August turns to September, you end up having from a lot of free time to almost none. So going from a period of having a lot of free time, downtime, into not having a lot is damaging. Especially nowadays, because a lot of our downtime is filled with our phone, right? So that causes an environment where you're going to have a terribly unhealthy relationship with your phone. So let's just say I haven't thought of the topics in my head, but I'm going to try to name off 5 things. 5 things that you are doing wrong for school and how you can fix it. And we just hit off on number 1. Number 1 thing you do wrong while you're in school is, well, yeah, I already said technology, right? Not being able to manage your time with technology. Now, there are tons of apps out there that make it this way. An app that I like to use is called Focus Plant. Okay, it's a dope app. I'm not sponsored, but I could be. Focus Plant is kind of like an app where it locks out your phone and it structures your time to have like a Pomodoro timer. If you guys are familiar with the Pomodoro method, it's studying but broken up into sections, right? So let's say you study for maybe 20 minutes, give yourself a 5-minute break, okay? There's nothing good about binging anything. Binging a show, binging your information, because a binge encourages you to memorize instead of comprehend, because those are different things. And school folk like wants us to remember, but you really need to know instead of to remember, because they're two different things. Are you being an Amazon Echo repeating, or are you knowledgeable on a subject? And that all comes down to your study time, which there are funny things that university does. They say for every credit hour you take, you need to study around 2 hours, right? So if there's a credit hour, like say like I have a class that takes 3 credit hours, I need to be studying 6 hours that week. In theory, that makes sense. Like I get that, like per week, but I think that sets a very scary and unrealistic expectation for a lot of people, especially those who work during school. I'm gonna try my first time in my life working during school. I used to be so against it, because of how much energy gets sucked out of me for learning and for understanding and comprehension, and I don't think I'll have a lot of downtime. So I'm interested to see how my body can I guess interact with that idea. So number 1, your phone technology, right? Number 2, worst thing that you are doing in your school semester, I see it too much. I do it myself, right? With every year that passes, school gets harder, right? And you say to yourself, oh, it's been getting harder. Well, yeah. But you don't notice this. Ever notice how you're so diligent and so good in the beginning of the semester, and you burn out halfway or with a quarter left? Why is that? It's because you're treating a timeline. You're treating a timeline as a sprint instead of a marathon. How often do you hear that the turtle wins the race with the rabbit? The turtle that is slow wins the race against the rabbit who is fast, because the rabbit is so fast. He runs, he's crazy, he's going, and he's like and you know what, the tortoise is chilling, keeping a steady pace, not starting out too crazy, but having enough energy to finish. How often is it that you burn out in the middle of the semester? How often? How often that you are burning out is because you start the semester in a state of mind that is unlike you. You try to create a student of you that doesn't exist. It's impossible to expect you to have the same amount of energy and diligence and conscientiousness. That's a big word for me. Actually, no, that's a small word for me. Parangkarito kutiri mi kwaro. For those Spanish-speaking listeners out there. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But in its essence, that's what happens when I just say just random things. But in its essence, how can you expect you to adhere to a personality that's unlike you? So you know who you are, and you know that you are a good worker, okay? You know that you pay attention. You just be, when we say be yourself, it's not only in social aspects, but be naturally you, especially when you are working, especially when you are in work, especially if you are doing something. It's important for you, because how long are you going to last? If you listen to every lecture already, you're already on top of it. It's going to collapse around you. It's only a matter of time. So do what you know you're capable of and be realistic. I know that the environment that university puts you in is unrealistic, but let it be that perhaps you can be just a little realistic for yourself. Set the expectation for yourself and understand that you're a human being with limits. And I know, me and my girlfriend and my colleagues know that the dread that comes from the burnout, it looms over your head and it doesn't go away. It doesn't, and it won't until the semester ends. And lucky for you, if you're going to fall, winter, all you get is a week, if I remember correctly. I don't think you get a fat break. So understanding your limits, but not cutting yourself short, because that's important, because it's always important to know your limits, but it's also very important to understand that you mustn't cut yourself short and you mustn't sell yourself short. Just do what you can and don't try to be the hero of your story, okay? Just pay attention and take care of yourself, which leads into number 3. Time management is a uh-oh. For this, I like to use Google Calendar. I have figured out a way to download when I go into my Canvas. I go into Canvas and I look up my calendar in my registration portal. I don't know how it is for Blackboard. I know a lot of other universities use Blackboard, but I know in Canvas you can view your class schedule under registration, right? So you're looking at your class schedule and you can actually download this file. It's called a .ics file. And what you're going to do is you're going to download that file and go to your computer and import that calendar. Not only your classes get imported into your calendar, so do assignments. I don't know why, but like with my ADHD, it's hard for me to take the initiative. It's hard for me to be one step ahead. So I always got to be passively one step ahead. In ways that I do that, especially for my time management, I have a old computer monitor that I've plugged in my a Fire Stick, an old Fire Stick that I used to use when I was younger. And on that Fire Stick, I have at all times, I searched in the browser Google Calendar, and it shows you basically a calendar view in the monitor, right? So I have it off to the side. It's like a digital calendar that syncs with my Google Calendar because it's my Google Calendar, right? And on top of that, on the monitor, I have a smart plug that I have it turn on and off at intervals throughout the day that I'm typically going to be in my room. So I see it and I take note. And also my knowing when assignments are due, because of how demanding your class is and your schedule, it's hard to know when your assignments are due. And I know, listen to me. And I know there are a lot of people out there that like to keep analog paper calendars, right? And it's listen, I can commend you enough. I can't commend you enough, you guys who do things in an analog fashion. But it is. I'm telling you right now, it's hard to expect that you're going to fill out your calendar throughout the whole semester. It's just not going to happen. And if you want to prove me wrong, please prove me wrong. But just understand that if you have a calendar that you get to see all the time because you're on your damn phone so much, if you get to see, because like I have a widget of that exact same calendar on my phone, so it's in my face all the time. So I'm gonna see this calendar and I'm going to know when assignments are due, and I wish I knew it sooner. Okay. Fourth mistake is not prioritizing yourself. Listen to me. I know that a lot of people go to college for fun. I understand. Parties, getting together with trying to get hookups and shit like that. Listen. All too much, I see people burn out because they don't oil their own machine. They're too busy oiling other machines. What's going on? Why aren't you prioritizing yourself and your needs? Because if you want to hit a dopamine and the first thing that you do is go to your phone, uh-oh, you're disconnected from the world around you. Listen, let me tell you a secret. The videos that you'll watch on Instagram are the same now that they're going to be later, and they're the same that they were the last time you looked. There, of course, you might see the same video again, but the jokes are the same, the formats are the same. You hear the same text-to-speech voice, the same 2, maybe 3, if you know. And not to mention when you view trends, oh my God, trends are bad because you see the same shit in a different flavor. So if the first thing you do is when you are craving something to enrich your time, and a lot of times it's when you're procrastinating. You're procrastinating because your body needs a break. Take a second to do something, right? For me, I love origami. I don't know what it is. When I was younger, I needed to do it. I folded paper cranes. I've been recently making animals. I've made a squirrel, a horse, a chameleon. I made a turtle once. I love it. They're so fun to make, right? And conveniently, you can make something pretty easy in a few minutes. Something to take your brain away from stimulation, like something like social media, right? That is the terrible thing. That is the most horrible thing you can do, is the inorganic experiences such as being on your phone so much, right? And maybe, do I have a fifth thing? The fifth thing that you make a mistake during your semester. Oh yeah. Okay. So this whole time, hold on, I gotta scratch my EO. Oh my God. That was too good. That was too good. The fifth thing that I see mistakes happen is all too often I see, oh, I don't think I can make it. I got studies to do. Or, oh, I'm just too busy. Let me tell you a secret. You're never going to be this young forever, okay? You're never going to be 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, however many years you're going to be in college. You're not going to be here forever, right? And it's important for the rest of your life about your performance in school now, in classes right now. But if you don't keep a lighthearted nature about it, if you don't have fun, if you don't, with moderation, right? It's going to be hard to see a purpose during this really difficult time of your life, right? A lot of people, especially parents of first generation students, can't quite understand the workload of someone like us as students. It's very difficult to fathom that because up till now they've raised a child from K through 12, and you know, the expectations, they were different. The difficulty was different, but now it's a lot of uncharted territory, especially for those for incoming freshmen too. But from one thing that I've seen is that there will be times where you're gonna want to cry when you look at some of your assignments and you're thinking, how the fuck am I gonna do this? And you take that deep breath, you open your eyes, and you're thinking, I'm just going to take a break for a second. I'm going to have some fun. And I'm going to come back to it. Understanding your limits as a human being is what's going to propel you this semester, this coming semester. My semester starts Tuesday. And this is going to be, so tomorrow. For you guys, it's going to be tomorrow, right? Just in the blink of an eye, that's how it works, you know. That's how life works. In just the blink of an eye, it seems that time has passed. And now I'm in one of my, I think maybe my last-ish year of university before I go into my master's program. And I tell you right now, not only am I learning the topics that I want to learn, I'm also learning to adapt in my environment, which is very important. If you guys saw that picture on my Instagram, to thrive in an environment that doesn't build you up is what determines resilience. And I think that characterizes a lot of our situations right now. And I think that characterizes maybe perhaps everyone's environment. It's very difficult sometimes to be able to work in the perfect conditions. But you know what? We can tend to our garden. We can work at it. You know what I mean? We're all a temple, right? And the temple's going to need some renovating before it goes through some natural disasters. In this case, the natural disaster is going to be like adversity. I would honestly say university. You know, the classes are starting up soon. And let's just say from experience, I know that classes are known to jumble up my sanctuary, my monument a little bit. Like sometimes the birds that chirp around in my little sanctuary, they go away. And it happens almost too quickly, and almost I see no hope in sight. But I just need to always, you and me and everyone needs to always remember that the solution is in your hands. Please listen. I think you're a kid until your brain stops developing. I feel like I'm still a child. Spare yourself. We're only children. Give yourself a break. It's okay. The world expects a lot out of you. But just remember that the only thing that matters is what you expect out of yourself. And if you are fulfilling that need, fulfilling that desire to do better and to be better and to be great and do great things and to be good and to do good things is overall my philosophy and my way of life. Be good, do good, and above all else, preserve your happiness. Preserve your happiness and do it reasonably. Don't be unreasonable, because you got work to do. But don't lose yourself in that work. It's important not to do that. It will mean your destruction in the end. You'll be destroyed. And I don't know if your little workers in your sanctuary can help you. I don't think they could save you. So just make sure to water the grass a little bit. Prune the flowers. Right. Deadhead the flowers. Cut the grass. These are things that you need to do to live as a healthy and happy human being. This has been an episode of Stav's True Plan. Good luck this semester, everybody. You got this. Don't rush. Take your time and have fun. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm going to try my hardest to keep up. You know, school starting up, work starting up at the same time. Going to the gym. And you guys fit in there somewhere. I promise you do. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to work around. Maybe get a new upload date. Maybe a new record date. I'll take care of you. Don't worry. See you later, you guys. Kisses.